Okay. Hi, how are you doing today? Hi, this is Sherry from Sherry's Plants, and today I'm going to talk about small harvests. And I wanted to show you this because I've been waiting for it. I have these currant tomatoes, and look at how tiny they are. They are the cutest things ever. But what a conversation piece. These potatoes are just red currant tomato. Hi, Noah. How are you doing? Whoops. Anyhow, so they are red currant tomatoes, and they're just itty bitty things, but I'm so happy to have them. And you know, some people might be asking, what do you do with a plant like this? See this tomato right here? This is what happens. I know a hornworm got a hold of this guy. And possibly the fact that he's got too big of a weed in with him. But yes, a hornworm was in here, and that's what happened to him. But the really great thing about these is you could put these in your yard. If you're in the Florida area, this probably would not be true if you were up north. But the little tomatoes, the little animals take them and eat them, and then they poop out the seeds. Hi, Noah. And yeah, Noah is really giving me a workover. Be nice, Noah. Anyhow, so, hey. So yeah, and then, you know, I sort of wanted to say too, this is the season. Sometimes you start your season with small harvests. I mean, I'd probably have to have 100 of these to like put in a salad or whatever, but it is something, you know. And you know, I do have chickens and animals and things like that, but I definitely love grazing on stuff like this. They're a little hard yet, but I did find today is the first of the muscadine grapes are ripe, and I'm going to be eating those puppies right there. Now, more about this particular tomato plant. So it is a wild version of a tomato plant, and most people say once you have it, it doesn't go away, and that's the reason why. It's not usually the same plant growing back, even though some people swear that it is. That is just so cute, that little whatever. I had thought about putting these in a hanging basket, but in reality, these things will get as big as a regular tomato plant. I mean, they'll get really tall, and they're ready to be transplanted into a bigger pot. But in the future, I do want to do more with the miniature hanging basket, so everybody can have a chance to grow tomatoes at home, the hanging basket style tomatoes and so forth. But these are fun. Over here we have some yellow pear tomatoes starting up. Those will outgrow those pots pretty quickly. And again, with the small harvests, I have these. The other day I pulled my first 2 figs. I didn't show that. On occasion I bring in a pepper. These things I feel blessed, and every time I go through the yard, I pick up something and graze, and I may not really have a video or talk about it, but they're just things that I'm thankful for. And I was just wondering if anybody else is grazing in their yard. I have picked a few of these muscadine grapes, a couple figs, but the rest of the figs look far away. I've gotten a couple habaneros. And goji berries is another one that I don't know if you can tell. I'll come show you over here. There's a real tiny one. These plants, even though they're real tiny, they don't well, whoo, they still produce little tiny berries, and I pick one off and taste them every so often. A little bit of sweetness. Over here too, I really like these, the leaves. I'll pick these leaves every so often. I really can't wait to get some mints and stuff. Another thing I've been thinking about harvesting, we have so many wild blackberries. And I heard that you can make blackberry tea out of leaves. So I thought about doing that. You have to use the new leaves, but like I say, we have so many blackberry weeds that that might be something I'm willing to try. So that might be something in the future. But I hope you're enjoying your tiny harvests. And have you grown any new unusual plants this year? Would love to hear about it. I haven't really planted a garden in the ground. I've been more or less working on my nursery project, trying to get my plants in pots to get them out for people who want to put plants in the ground or in pots or whatever. Here's some of our turmeric. It's doing really well. The leaves are getting more vivid now that I've gotten it out here out of the shade and into the sun. And this right here is a canna lily. And the sweet potatoes are going nuts. That's another thing too. Sweet potatoes, these are ornamental sweet potatoes. And some of the varieties I got this year were from the Treasure Island series. You see these heart leaves are not the normal black spade. They're from the Treasure Island series, and so is that one. I do have the regular one in here. You can barely tell the difference. This one in particular, this style of sweet potato, I left in the ground or in a pot just like that, and it came back in the spring, and it's what I created the rest of these plants with. So sweet potatoes, all the leaves are edible. You can eat them cooked, you can put them in salads or anything else. If I let my turkeys discover them, they will pluck them dry. So that's why I have the fence around here. Anyhow, I hope you have a sweet and wonderful day, and that you can pick some tiny harvests in your own property. Please like and subscribe, and come back and visit Sherry's Plants. Bye now. Oh yeah, and grow wild.